What's up, people? Been a bit. Been 7 days exactly. How y'all doing? I don't even know. I don't know where to start with these things. We covering the quadruple assassination? Wait, it's a quadruple assassination? I don't even. I got back like 4 hours ago. I've been mostly unpacked and I took a bath. I thought it was a double assassination. Have I missed 2 more assassinations? I don't know. We're covering everything I missed the last week, okay? Although I saw like bits and pieces. You know, I would go on Twitter and like 1 or 2 tweets would load, okay, on the shitty Wi-Fi that we had there. So I would see bits and pieces. Minnesota lawmaker and her husband, and then a senator in Minnesota. You missed Myra. I don't even know what you're talking about. Oh my god. I was actually about to look up Myra. Oh my god, I hate you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. I don't know what we're gonna do, like I said, so low key, we might just be chilling. Okay. I just need to stream to let people know that I'm back. Fucking graphite. I don't know where they make graphite. Chile. That was not a good guess. Australia. Oh my god, what the fuck? I'm naming country. Oh, what's up, Jeddah? Welcome back. I'm just naming countries that I know have minerals. But apparently they don't have graphite. China's always a safe guess. Alright, easy. Easiest game of my life, actually. Okay. Germany. Alright, guys, number 4. Not horrible, not horrible. Alright. Graphite. I don't know. I don't know any countries that export graphite, man. Canada. Canada was number 8. Not horrible. Okay. Oh, obviously it was Mozambique. Obviously, could have guessed that one. Madagascar, Germany, Brazil. Oh, I probably could have guessed Brazil. The neoliberal prince is back. Welcome back, Sauce Drama. Hell yeah, we're back, baby. Dude, you know, unironically, I felt like, you know, the thumbnail I have for my YouTube video was the last neoliberal on this camp I went to. I'm trying to remember all the arguments I got in. I posted some of them on Twitter, actually. But I was defending liberalism and the billionaires against a wave of populist mind slot, okay? Oh, yeah. We were talking about, like, wealth inequality a little bit. And I was citing the things I normally say. Like, oh, if you look at, like, the post-tax Gini coefficient, it does not seem to have gone up meaningfully in the past, like, 50 years or whatever. It looks like if you talk about wealth inequality and you include Social Security in wealth inequality, then even wealth inequality has not meaningfully gone up in the last like 50 years or whatever as well. They're not even, no offense to my parents and their friends who I love very much, okay, but they're not even high-minded enough to like at least have the courtesy to like actually cite, you know, Saez and Zuckman at me, okay? So it's like I can't really which to an extent is maybe a good thing, I don't know, okay, because it's kind of easier if someone doesn't already have like a graph in mind, okay, if someone doesn't already have the Elizabeth Warren brain rot graph embedded in them, okay, there's a lot of graphs actually that are Elizabeth Warren brain rot, but if they don't already have those graphs embedded in their mind, then I can show them my own cooler graphs that don't make super dumb assumptions. And sometimes they'll believe them. Sometimes they don't, though. Yeah, but we're talking about, corporate income tax. I remember that conversation. I think I mentioned, like, corporate income tax increases prices, probably decreases investment, because some of the burden falls on investment income or whatever, and it falls in normal returns and not super normal returns. Probably decreases wages. And I mentioned a DBCFT to them, and this is the objection to DBCFT was if there was full expensing, corporations would just invest all of their money and never pay any taxes, Estonia does have full expensing, correct? I don't know if they have full expensing or if they just have other cool stuff with full expensing. So, like, one, obviously, like, my guess is that corporations in Estonia pay above zero tax. And then two, like, to the extent that corporations increase investment, it's because investment was artificially suppressed beforehand. What's up, people?
We'll let you finish your article here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's not an article. I'm just talking about my the argument, the neoliberalism defenses that I ran.
All right. Potts David has a question for you. If you're done with your other questions.
Well, real quick, this was I mentioned I was talking with my family about like CEO pay caps, and I do think oh fuck, there has to be a way to sync my Kindle highlights to my Zotero thing.
Oh, God.
I need to do that. I like Tyler Cohen's work. He cites a lot of things that show CEOs actually get paid a lower percentage of their marginal product than the average worker does, which was interesting to me. And then I mentioned, like, basically the response was kind of to I think Potts David actually replied to this tweet or whatever. But not funny, your hair is different. Yeah, it grew a little bit, and I just took a shower, so it's probably being weird. But regardless, I basically said, like, I said that, and they were like, oh, well, they're still making millions of dollars, so they should just pay their workers more because they don't need it or whatever. And it's like, to the extent I agree with that, like, let's just do, like, redistribution with an efficient tax system. Like, let's just tax consumption really heavily for the rich and be based and redistribute it. And two, if you're just, like, expecting CEOs to be charitable, why the fuck you giving it to first world workers and not the shrimp? Because the shrimp,
where's the fucking not shrimp welfare. We're doing shrimp rights.
Shrimp rights. True. All right, what's up, people?
I was recruited. I was So we have two things. First, we got to talk about flat Earth. All right.
Oh boy. Okay.
We have to quiz you on your knowledge of whether or not you could effectively debunk flat earther arguments. Okay.
Oh boy.
No,
okay.
No, not debunk flat earther. He's got to prove that it's.
Oh yeah, you gotta prove to us, I suppose, that the Earth is actually round. Okay.
I have to prove that it's round.
And we're gonna ask you a simple question that'll guide you on this journey, and that question is: given your personal experience, just you as a human being living on this, whatever the shape of this thing is that we live on, can you give us a way to prove that the Earth is round?
My personal experience, I guess.
Yeah.
From my personal experience alone, I don't know. I could probably come up with something if I thought about it. But like a lot of things, like for example, like stars rotate a different direction in like the northern hemisphere than a southern hemisphere or whatever, which makes sense on a globe Earth, but doesn't make sense on a flat Earth. I guess I haven't been to both hemispheres, so I can't use that.
Yeah. If you haven't been to South America or Australia or whatever, then sorry, brother. All right, Maida's here. Maida, you're gonna come save non-fon since you're so sure of your argument. Hit me with it.
Yep. Time zones.
Time zones. Explain it.
Yep. So on a round Earth, time zones relative to the northern and southern hemisphere, as well as the solstices, the winter and summer solstices in the Earth's position relative to the sun based on the axial tilt, can only create
Convoy,
time
have
zones
you
in a
been in a
globe Earth.
plane
Under a
personally
flat
that
Earth,
turned
there
right
is
3
no
times?
circumstance or no possible way under the generally accepted flat Earth map in which time zones can exist, because you would have to have an electromagnetic system capable of bending light around entire countries on a flat plane without shading those countries, while simultaneously illuminating countries that are closer to the sun.
Ah, see, Maida's engaged in flat earthers before.
Yeah.
It's not as fun.
I got into politics because I used to be in tons of conspiracy theory discords.
He loves the conspiracy theories.
I do. There are some that I actually believe.
Non-fun. I mean, non-fun technically was correct with his argument. It's just that he obviously hasn't ever visited any poor people country or Australia. Those are the two options. You know.
Hey, there's New Zealand.
Damn.
Another fun one that flat earthers love to use, that if you go to the northern hemisphere during the summer solstice, even in parts of northern Alaska, you could set up a camera that you can motion track to the sun, and during the time of midnight sun, you can watch the sun rotate around the earth and never actually fully shade that part of Alaska.
No. On a flat Earth,
it wouldn't work like that,
general
yes.
map of a flat Earth, Alaska's close to the North Pole, which is a lot easier to do for the localized sun that they have. If you do it in the South Pole, which you can on Antarctica, you can do it as well, and there are videos on YouTube about it. It cannot happen on a flat Earth map that the South Pole will have 24-hour sun.
Don't you know?
The North Pole is really easy to do.
Yeah,
that
another thing that's interesting,
governments
though,
don't let you go to the South Pole, okay? The UN all agreed that they wouldn't let.
What's funny is you can book a cruise to the South Pole.
I know, yeah.
You can also take job positions there. There are specific job positions that are government subsidized job positions, like extracting crude oil from underneath the ice and stuff, that you can go to the South Pole for.
Well, I mean, there was that rich dude who literally paid people to go to the South Pole, or offered them.
Yeah.
I don't know if he paid them, but he paid their expenses for the trip at least. But yeah.
Another interesting thing, though, is that like the flat earthers, like a lot of them that did that experiment at the North Pole, are so dumb that they didn't even realize that they easily disproved their own argument by going to the part of northern Alaska and using a motion tracked camera to follow the sun through the sky, because they literally had another team that was 2 hours south of them that couldn't do it.
No, the flat Earth map. I mean, obviously there is no flat Earth map. Nobody's ever made a consistent flat Earth map.
Well, yeah, 'cause it's nonsensical.
If it's God, what the fuck? I can't remember if it's summer or winter. Whatever one it is, it must be winter for the North Pole. When it's winter for the North Pole, the sun is just higher latitude, and on the flat Earth map, the latitude is closer to the center, and then Alaska is really close to the center, and so the sun just kind of like rotates around that point, and so then the sun will be there the whole time regardless. And then if you're 2 miles south of it, or sorry, 2 hours south of it, you know, you could be far enough away that you don't see the sun the whole time, but you'll see it a considerable amount of time. It's the South Pole, or the southern hemisphere is the point of contention for flat earthers, because the southern hemisphere, on once again the non-existent map for a flat Earth, is something where the sun will like rotate really close when it's winter in the northern hemisphere, and then will expand outward because on the flat plane it's got to do bigger and bigger circles. And like in Antarctica, like if you're on this part of Antarctica and the sun comes around, you see the sun, and then it goes away as it has to hit the other side of Antarctica, and then loops back around and then hits Antarctica again. But in Antarctica, and the same thing as Maida was already saying, you can get a camera set up and you can see the sun 24 hours a day, which is impossible because the sun's on the other side of the planet.
Fake news.
Fake news. Shut up, not fun.
Here's the real question, okay?
You're two flat earthers.
True.
This is I've been thinking about this from the bits and pieces of news that I've seen while I was gone, okay? How many how many cars would you burn? Or would you burn at least one car down to prevent like a family of 5 from being deported. if they
Is
if
it
they
a
had a
Waymo
sympathetic.
car? Is it a Waymo car?
We'll say I honestly don't know what the whole Waymo cars are, just self-driving cars, right? That's all it.
Yeah.
I honestly have no idea what the fuck a Waymo car is.
Yes, they're
Yeah.
so they're a self-driving delivery service, and protesters were literally ordering them to come into the protest to deliver food and then setting them on fire.
Kind of days. It's so funny.
All right.
Oh my god.
I
That's
mean,
actually so
we'll
funny.
assume it's a Waymo car, I guess. This is a very like sympathetic, like it's a family of 5, like all of them have like a legitimate asylum claim. It's just never going to be processed because like the system's too backed up and they're going to be deported in the Waymo car. Okay, unless you
I will
burn
burn
it
a
down.
Waymo car to
Someone
the
sets it on
ground, dude.
fire. Will
I will
anyone,
burn a
will
Waymo
anyone
car.
other than the Waymo car be harmed? Is it just the destruction of property?
No, it's just a
Well,
Waymo
the person
car.
who owns the Waymo car will be sad.
Well,
They
that is
will.
true.
They'll lose some
Yeah.
monetary value with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Distraction.
Can't
All
forget
right, I don't know. Your guys' hypotheticals are too lame. How many planes would you fly into the World Trade Center to stop a family of 4 from getting deported?
that. How many families are in the World Trade Center at this moment? Like, are we talking 4 in the morning when it
Hypothetically,
was
let's
there?
say it's the same amount of people.
As a Waymo car?
I don't think I
Yes.
would. I feel like the
Zero-
plane alone
Zero
is more
people in a
valuable.
Waymo
than-
car.
The plane, the plane
Yeah.
alone is more valuable than the Waymo car. I don't know why.
Well, let's assume it's a Boeing. Does that increase or decrease its value?
It's a car versus a building, non-fun. Come on.
Yeah.
Are you gonna save a family of 4?
I
What about if
Well,
it's a
can't-
Waymo Tesla?
well then I
Oh, dear
gotta
Lord.
then I
I can't do that. I can't do that. Elon is. Oh my God, he's so smart. We can't lose Elon. He's a gem. Oh, but yeah, before Potts and I were chatting in his Discord for a little bit, and then we saw you went live, and like, oh, we gotta talk to Non-Fun. It's a given.
True.
He's back from his vacation. He read his econ books. His family called him a nerd.
That is true.
We have to ask him about his vacation because he's playing Minecraft on his private server that he doesn't want to make a. Like I can't.
Oh,
I have
no.
Minecraft installed on my computer, but I can't play with them because I don't have an invite code.
This isn't my server. It's Shenandoah's server, and it's public. I can send you the.
Oh,
I should just copy and paste. I should just copy and
okay, go
paste the instructions into my server.
let's see. Minecraft launcher. Boom.
You have to use mod rent or whatever because it has.
Yeah, they're
Some
playing modded. You probably got to use Cursor GD.
Jesus Christ, I'm not gonna do that,
In order
dude.
to not dodge
I'm
your
not interested.
hypothetical, unironically,
Mm-hmm.
I think I would in that scenario. If it legitimately would save them just one Waymo car, I think I would.
I think I probably
Waymo car.
would, as well.
All right.
But
So you know what? Pop?
obviously
You gotta prove it.
You obviously would have to have a lot of information that you
Yes,
just
it
you
would-
can't reasonably have.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like in the scenario where like I'm just seeing. Okay, what about this scenario? Let's say you see
What's up, Mr. Wise Guy?
unmarked,
The only way you can prove the
like
world is
announced
round. is to
quote
put them in a
unquote ice
rocket ship
agents,
all the way.
right?
Isn't there literally a guy who
that are not
tried doing that with his own rocket?
not at all identifying themselves. They have no gear on. They're in an unmarked vehicle. It's just like a normal car, and they're literally just like grabbing someone off the street and like putting them in the car. Is that would that justify like you know nothing else about the situation? Would you like let's say theoretically like you could destroy the car before they actually get them inside of it so they can't run away, get away with the person? In that scenario, would you?
No. I think I'd have to have more information. I think I'd have to know.
Do you like conspiracy theories, non-fun?
Freaking better.
What do you mean by like? I mean,
Like, are there any conspiracy theories that are like that you believe?
I don't know if there's any that I flat out believe. There are things that I think are it maybe decently likely. Like I think like maybe there's like a like I don't know, like if it came out like the FBI killed MLK or whatever, I'd be like, that's not entirely insane to me, but I don't think there's any I actually believe.
He'd accept it, is what he's saying. He wouldn't even question it. He'd be like, "Yep, that's it. That's true."
I mean, if Donald
Yeah.
Trump came out and said the FBI killed Martin Luther King, I'd be like, yes, Daddy Trump, thanks for finally exposing the deep state. Yes, we've done it.
I don't know. There's some stuff that I've been looking into recently that falls into like the conspiracy theory side of things that I've tried to talk with streamers about, and they're like, I don't know. You're not selling me on it. But there are some things that are going on that I'm telling you are going to be very problematic in the long run because I believe it to be true. Because I have no reason to not to.
Do you believe in the Tim Pool Russia conspiracy theories? I don't know exactly what you mean by that. The fact
I don't
that he
I don't think those are conspiracies. I think those were proven.
I don't know
He
what
admitted
he means
to
by. I think he's talking about the Russia funding thing, the tenant media funding.
Yeah, he took like what was it like $700,000 or some shit? to
It's like,
promote,
yeah, it's like 100K per week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm sad about is when I
He wasn't
debated.
even the one that
Horse-
asked who the Edward Gregorian guy was, right? He just accepted it. I think Dave Rubin at least was like, "Can you like tell me a little bit about this mysterious investor?" But no one else even checked.
I'm just sad that in my debate with Horseradish about aliens on Earth or whatever, with when TB was still alive,
Mm-hmm.
and then I lost the vote. I was too
Yeah.
passive.
Rigged.
The alien life vote, the alien life conspiracy beat me. I lost.
There are zero, in my opinion, good examples of any documentation that suggests that aliens could have lived on this planet at any point.
Yep. And I remember in the debate where he was saying, "Oh, it could have come from Earth," and like in my mind, I'm like, "Oh, absolutely, I will challenge you on that because I know more about geology than probably anybody else here." But I didn't jump on it because I was doing I was in my passive debate stage where I'm just like, let them talk, and then I'll address what they wish. But I didn't realize Horseradish was literally willing to show up to the debate and then just talk for 2 hours and then call it at the end.
What
And,
were his points? What was his evidence that aliens existed? or
Oh
whatever?
my god! So I mean on TB's YouTube channel, there's the 2 hour debate or however long it was. I think he talked for the first hour before there was like any interjections,
My God.
and it was
alright.
he just kept talking and talking and talking, and I'm like, I'm waiting for him to finish because I thought it was gonna be like, okay, he gets a set amount of time, I'll get a set amount of time, back and forth, done. But he just kept going and going and going, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, okay, I'll wait for my turn, wait for my turn. And then TV shows up and is like, hey, Horace, I'm going to interject on behalf of Vegan so he can actually have a time to talk. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize it's like this. I'll talk. I responded to like 1 point, and then Horseradish took over again. I'm like, God damn it.
Damn. Did any
So,
of you watch
ended
the Pentuple Wick debate? I was thinking about watching that, but I don't know if I want to.
Yeah, it was pretty awful. I was there the whole time. You're not going to believe this, but Pentuple won.
No, I saw that he won 3-0 because he was talking about it on Twitter. At least,
Yeah,
by the way, he's evolved past subtweeting me, okay? Now he's willing to say my name in tweets, okay? So we've made progress, all right?
Oh, don't worry, because he would never agree to a debate with most people because he wants to protect his 3-0 streak on Gibbs's debate show. So I
Yeah.
got Gibbs to agree to a debate between me and him on conservatism versus progressivism in America. So I'll be taking that flawless
Hell
streak
yeah.
away from him pretty soon here.
Hell yeah.
Should I debate him on veganism?
No,
Get him as
I
0-2
I
though.
doubt he would do that, but maybe. That's a conspiracy
So far-
theory. So you believe that Tim Pool was knowingly taking money from the Russian government? I don't know if he knew for sure it was from Russia, but he should have known that it was from a shady source. That's
I
the
mean, Tim Pool's
conspiracy
taking money from
theory
the
I'm
government.
talking about. I
I'm
get
pretty
it. I
sure
think
he knew he was taking money from the government. Even the surnames that were created that were like that were being used by like the Russian actors who were like funding these like conservative political commentators weren't even like hidden well. Like you could just Google them. And if Tim Pool didn't know, it's just as a lack of like stupidity or laziness.
I know, yeah. He should have known it was from. Oh my God, my cat, bro.
It's like it would be like if someone was taking donations from like the KKK and it was like, I didn't know that the cool kids club with the white hats were them.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, you can't like plausible deniability only extends so far.
My cat is very happy to see me, and he's making making me unable to use my mouse because he's sitting on my desk.
Someday I'll adopt a cat from a shelter, and then I know a couple of vegan cat food brands that I'll feed him.
Based.
I will say the funniest thing that came out of the whole Russiagate meme and like Russian influencers like pushing propaganda in the United States through conservative like political commentators and stuff was like the fact that they literally revealed in their files that Tucker Carlson was such like Tucker Carlson oversold the ideas of like Russian supremacy so hard that they couldn't even use the footage because it wasn't believable.
All right, I'm going to quick interject, and then you guys get back to the topic. Non-font, Jesus Christ, why are you doing this farming in the most inefficient way possible?
The most efficient way
cutting-
possible.
You are cutting one wheat, and then you're looking at the ground to plant one seed.
Most
Just
efficient
farm
way
all the
possible.
wheat, and then go back over and then
Maximum
plant
efficiency.
everything.
You don't get it.
God.
Bro
He's
doesn't get
vegan.
it.
He knows how to farm, bro.
That's true, actually. I didn't consider that. Oh, by the way, dude, it's funny watching Pentuple's buddy, the Drew guy. I always forget his like last name or whatever. Him and Pentuple were buddies. I think they're still basically buddies, but Pentuple's like hardcore Trump, and Drew has been like, Drew really does not like that Trump is like, you know, calling for pauses on ICE raids at at like hotels and farms or whatever. He thinks that's Trump backstabbing his voter base, which I mean to an extent it is, because I mean he voted for Trump and he doesn't like it. I'm sure there's other people in that boat as well, or that Trump is which I haven't looked into the Israel-Iran stuff, okay, but you know that he thinks Trump is going to drag us into a war with Iran, and it's funny watching them fight because they used to be so aligned, but now they're
True.
fighting. Heartwarming.
I mean,
Heartwarming.
I don't know if you've seen the debate that happened recently between Irrelevant and Gibbs, but Gibbs got smacked on that one. I thought that was really funny to watch because Gibbs agreed to the prompt about a week ago for a debate that like Trump was going to follow through on the deportations and that the deportations were actually good and the mass deportation campaign was the best thing to run on. And then the day before the debate was supposed to happen, Trump went back and said that he would be no longer deporting certain people. And so
Let's
like
go.
Irrelevant literally told him the day before the debate, like he's like, if you want to back out, I get it, because there's no way you can win the debate from this point. And Gibbs was like, nah, I'm still feeling pretty confident. He got slaughtered on his own show. Like it was so bad.
Honestly, Mida, every person you've ever mentioned to me so far that has been debating or you've debated or whatever, they all seem pretty brain dead.
Irrelevant's pretty good. I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't say that I dislike Gibbs. I definitely am indifferent towards him at the moment. I've had a couple interactions with him, but it seems like a lot of the debate shows that he hosts, he really just kind of he gets persuaded of the opinion that he's going to take based on who's winning in real time. Like when he had a conservative panel recently with like Rob Knorr, Fabian Liberty, Lactoid, Pentuple.
Oh
and some
yeah, I
other
saw
conservatives.
that. I didn't watch it, but I'm curious how.
Yeah. And
how
in the
that went.
beginning, he was very like pro-Trump. He was like, yeah, Trump's doing a lot of things really well. And by the end, he was like, yeah, I think Trump's presidency sucks. And it's like he
My
was
goat.
obviously just being persuaded who was like having the better argument. Like obviously Rob Knorr is like one of the highest tier debaters that we have on the internet. So when he showed up and started debating everybody else in basically a 1v5, I told Pentuple, like, don't challenge Rob. It's not something that you want. And he's like, okay, I won't. And
Wait, was Rob saying Trump's presidency was bad, or that he didn't like
yes,
some parts
he
of
was
it?
standing on the position that Trump was a bad president. And like there were two other people on the panel that were saying that they believe that like he's the best president that we've had in like a couple decades.
I'll debate Rob.
I would have expected like Fabian and Lactoid to have like some disagreements, because like presumably they like
Fabian Liberty, my goat. Fabian Liberty.
Oh dear God! Oh dear God!
Yeah,
No, I don't
Lactoid-
follow Fabian Liberty. I've watched
So
one video.
just to be clear, Lactoid tried at some point during the debate to say, "Oh, well, I didn't even vote for Trump because of like the social issues, like trans people and like deportations. I voted for him because of his economic issues." And I almost seen Rob have a brain aneurysm in real time because he just started going crazy on Lactoid.
Oh, sample text, dude. You joined just in time. We were just talking about how veganism is the moral imperative for humanity. What's your
That's
opinion?
right.
Mashallah.
I agree.
Wait, does Rob think Trump
Vegan,
is
what are
like
you eating?
I'm
really
eating,
bad for the economy or whatever? Rob was telling me not that long ago that he thought Trump's tariffs were good. It's just that the uncertainty is bad. The uncertainty is the only reason that tariffs would be a net negative thing.
So I might be misrepresenting Rob's argument, but like basically he was trying to argue that like tariffs can be used in an effective way, and that Trump's tariffs are effective. The problem is that the consequences of the tariffs have been a problem. And at one point, Fabian Liberty kind of equated the tariffs to like some form of imperialism and like an extension of like power by the United States. And he made one of the dumbest arguments that I've ever heard, that like imperialism or show of power is a good thing for the United States, even when it's a detriment to the state. At which point I expected Rob to completely crucify him on that point because it's completely brain dead. But he kind of just let it go. And I think that that's because he didn't want to cause like a whole lot of ruckus on the panel.
What, Rob? Rob Knorr?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why anyone would ever listen to anything he has to say about any topic, let alone economics.
For real.
Oh, because he's a genius.
Well, no,
That's
this was Fabian who said that.
No, even more of a
I don't
genius.
think
Let's go.
maybe, but who said the thing about tariffs? He said Rob said it.
Rob was initially like very pro-tariff, and then he kind of sort of
Yeah.
switched to a very neutral stance.
Yeah, yeah. No, I.
Which, by the way, it's funny.
like over
what-
VC, I got into the habit of asking people, like, oh, like just this simple question, not even like laying out the implication, but just asking them, just not personal. Have you ever read an econ paper, anything resembling like academic economics ever in your life, ever? And the answer is obviously no. It's like, so maybe you should shut the fuck up or like speak with like a little less confidence. Like, why do we don't do this anywhere else? You don't see anyone talk about physics or medicine. Okay, maybe medicine with RFK and whatever, but like they even then they try to cite studies. It's nothing with economics. It's
I know.
Like, I don't know.
Dude, that's what's crazy. In none of the tariff conversations I've had has anyone even cited the bullshit studies. And it's like I know if someone cites like the like brain dead like Robert E. Scott like EPI study, I know like the absurd assumptions that he makes about like a bilateral trade deficit, you know, displacing
Reduce the
U.S.
jobs,
production
yeah.
1-to-1 or whatever, and not accounting for the increased
Yeah.
investment in the U.S. because, you know, obviously the opposite of a trade deficit is the capital account surplus.
Yep.
Or like if the American Compass, you know, thing, and they like say that tariffs are going to like
Oh,
radically
fuck me.
increase productivity because they looked at like you know, steel productivity go up after the steel tariffs or whatever, and applied that to like a general equilibrium
Yep.
thing.
Mhm.
And it's just like, you know, but no one has even done that yet. None of these people care. They don't care. And it's funny. Pentuple
Yep.
today was arguing with Ringold over Twitter, and Pentuple is not making arguments. All Pentuple is saying is, bro, you think you know law? I have a law degree. And it's like, dog, why do you talk about why do you talk so strongly about economics if you don't have an economics degree? And why do you talk so strongly about like abortion if you don't have a like philosophy degree? Like you don't apply the standard anywhere else. Like it's so unbelievable.
I feel like with philosophy, it's more okay because it's not like attempting
sure.
to be a science or anything.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I mean, you just don't see it with physics or even like psychology.
think
Like
definitely.
sometimes you see people say, "Oh, you're gaslighting. Oh no, you're love bombing, whatever." That's kind of psychology. But you never see people like have strong opinions about whatever like psychology stuff without at least having read a paper or a book. But with economics, everyone can just have an opinion. It's acceptable.
Yeah.
I think it's just becoming more and more acceptable in all areas right now. I think it's just a pervasive result of just like the current climate and politics, where everyone is like slowly encroaching on every area of expertise of like, well, actually, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. So I will just give my opinion and have zero like knowledge on the topic, and then pawn it off as if I'm actually speaking with authority.
Yeah,
I mean, I think this has
maybe.
been happening since 2016, though. I've been speaking out about this. Like I said in 2015, that Trump ushered in an era of politics.
Real
where
quick,
people
Mr.
are
Wise Guy.
believed
Yes,
that
I've
their
read the
opinion
indictment.
matters
Yes, and I know
regardless of
Tim
how
Pool.
educated
My
they are on the
understanding, Tim Pool
topic,
didn't even
or
ask who
whether or not
Edward
they even
Gregorian was.
understand the topic that they're
I don't know.
engaging in.
I
And
think
when a
it's
mass
unlikely
amount
Tim
of
Pool
Trump
knew he was
voters
taking
came
money
out and
from
started
Russia,
engaging
but
with
I
these
think
political topics without any
he knew
knowledge,
he
there
should
was a
have known it
mass
was
amount
from
of
a shady
Democrat
source,
voters
man.
who also started doing the exact same thing. So while it wasn't directly related to Trump and
I don't
his
think.
voters,
I think it's worth not
it was the
trusting him
catalyst
over.
that started, or the sort of straw that broke the camel's back for these uneducated, like, sort of voters, and these like just completely nonsensical like lines of argumentation, and like people who are advocating for like radicalism just because they don't understand what radicalism actually is, just coming out in mass and defending like things that are just completely nonsensical.
Maybe, but I feel like with economics, it's a little different because, like, okay, like let's think of another topic where this might happen, like vaccines or whatever. Like there, at least was an attempt to cite anything or like to use data in some way, even though most of the time it was bullshit. Well, I mean, all of the time. But like with economics, it's like you already know if I'm going to talk to someone about tariffs, they're just going to tell me, but have you considered that they create jobs? Have you thought about that ever? Did you ever dare to even think about that?
Has any
Well, let's
economist
say I'm
ever
talking to
considered
progressive.
the effects of
Do
a
you
trade
think that this
deficit?
was
I'm saying.
better? Do you
Wait,
think
no,
that
no, and
though?
let's I'm talking to progressives. I talked today to a progressive on Dean's server, right?
Oh boy.
And it's like, oh, this guy he hates the poor, and like, why is that? Oh, because he has the label neoliberal. It's like, oh, damn. It's like you fail to
True.
consider
I mean,
True.
that Americans are stagnating and their real wages are going down. It's like,
True.
oh, that's not
I mean-
all true in any way.
Non-Fon's
Yeah.
a neoliberal and he hates the poor. I mean,
That is
Yeah.
true. I hate.
True.
I
That's
hate
right.
What
No, I
what
do
else
hate
does
the
he
poor. I
need?
just don't like people making assumptions about me.
I
Listen,
hate
I'm-
the poor, but not because I'm neoliberal.
True.
I'm knee
That's right.
deep in the road to serfdom right now, and I'm very finding myself very getting like sent down the neoliberal rabbit hole. Okay, I'm so
You should read the full version. You should read the full version, or like the one that got popular is the Reader's Guide or whatever, or like not the Reader's Guide, but like the summary of it. In
no,
the
no, I'm
original
reading
one,
the
he has like a
actual
whole
book.
chapter.
I'm reading the.
So
I'm
he has
reading
a
the book.
he has a whole chapter on like why welfare is good or whatever. Oh, but yeah, I was never a Hayek Austrian fan or whatever. But I guess Road to Serfdom feels like it's better for like old socialists or whatever. Like people, I guess that's the people I was talking to. But nowadays, most of the time, it's just people who are illiterate about economics. Road to Serfdom is
True.
more about like, oh, what if we plan the economy? That'd be bad, right? But like right now, I think the number one objective is just like increase people's econ literacy. It just cannot be that if people think like rent control, they only think, oh, cheaper stuff, and they don't have any concept of anything else. It's just so bad. I don't know.
Let me ask you this though: do you think that the poor econ debates that are happening right now are better or worse than the abortion debates that were happening in 2022 after Roe v. Wade got overturned?
I didn't really participate in them too much, but probably econ is worse. But
Now,
maybe I'm
see, I would
too
argue that
close
the
to the
abortion
topic.
debates were worse because I had people who were conflating
Playing with my
infanticide
cat
with
right now.
abortion. I unironically heard people say
Oh, yeah.
that because of the Roe v. Wade abortion laws, that people were killing their babies like 2 to 3 months after they were born.
Yeah, I remember that. I think it was the Virginia governor or something said that.
Oh yeah, there were
Um,
multiple.
Don't you know Tim Walz literally supported after-birth abortions? Okay,
That's right.
literally
That's
on
right.
tape. True.
Like you got to
That-
remember.
Walls do
that-
shit.
So like when we're talking about like economics, right? There are people that don't understand economics. There are people
me.
that are misquoting, incorrectly citing, etc. But like when the abortion debates were happening, a large percentage of them weren't even about abortion. They were about infanticide. People didn't even know what abortion was.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like with abortion, at least there's like it's philosophy stuff. So it's like anyone can make their own argument and like work with it. But with economics, you cannot just like make up your own reason why tariffs are awesome or not. Like no, they suck. We have the data. We know this. With the abortion, it's whatever. Like anyone can craft their own morality and whatever, and justify or I don't know, delegitimize it. But yeah, no one can just like come to me and say, actually, tariffs have worked always because of my argument. It's like, no, you're just wrong. We can look at we can see it. We know it.
This is my
I don't
argument on abortion, by the way. It's immoral because humans reduce the insect population, and we need more humans
Oh
to
dear God.
reduce the future insect
Fuck you,
suffering.
non-fun. You're here to hear. You're here to hear. Fuck you, non-fun.
Listen, I might be on non-fun side. The amount of times I've been bitten by bugs recently has made me upset. They're starting to invade my house, and I don't like that.
Send ice.
True.
Insects have been on the decline for the past like 30 years.
Well, the
Yup.
robot.
I
know,
agree.
yeah, you might
completely.
went real robot right there.
I am beep beep boop boop.
Bro's a battle droid.
Bro. Well, not fun. What did you read while you were gone?
I read that Sweatshops book, the Out of Poverty: Sweatshops in the Global Economy. That was a good book.
Yeah.
I need to get I want to find a PDF of the second edition because I have the PDF of the first edition, but I have the second edition in print, and I like the second edition because it it has the more recent data, and it also shows like, hey, in the first edition of this book, like I said, like these are the countries that are reported to have a lot of sweatshops, and I predict that because of how per capita income growth works and economic development works, that these countries are not going to have sweatshops for much longer. And then like half of the countries he mentioned in the first edition no longer have sweatshops in the second edition, or at least not nearly as many sweatshops. And
That's
I
good,
want
yeah.
that data on my computer. But yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Maybe in the web archive they have a PDF. Maybe not.
I think I try. I think they probably have a PDF for the first edition. I don't know about the second one, but yeah.
But I
that
don't know.
book
It's
was
just
goated.
frustrating that like
And then I
it's frustrating that. Go ahead.
I read a little bit of. I need to read this one more, but that Behind the Curve book about the manufacturing share of employment.
Oh yeah, Peterson
And,
Institute. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I found that interesting. But
I
yeah.
don't To me, it's frustrating that you do all this research, I do all this research, so I have my notes, I know what I'm saying, I don't know what I'm talking about, but then I have to like talk to other people in like about econ, and we have to be like equals in the conversation. When I'm like citing something, it's like, oh, it's GDP, it's a line go up. Are you line go
True.
upping? Oh, your line go up. And then it's like, have you even thought about cost of living, right? You may say GDP has gone up, but like in people like stuff is more expensive. The cost of living sample text. Cost of living. Why are neoliberals ignoring the cost of living? Yeah, I get it. You're talking about real GDP. What, you want to talk about fake GDP? So why do you keep saying I'm talking about real GDP? Okay,
What about
I don't want
Don't
you
you
to
know
GDP?
the median is distorted by the billionaires?
That's
Hear me out,
right.
okay?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
solution to this problem is we need to start like realizing and having the conversation that some opinions don't matter
Real.
and some opinions are better than
Yeah.
others. Like we
No,
just
I
need to call it
agree,
out and
but
say it to
they-
their face. We just need to be like, listen, I'm sorry, but like if you don't have the backing for this, like your opinion just doesn't matter as much.
Is that what your recent video was about? I didn't watch it, but I saw it because you released it while I was.
Yes,
on
that is.
vacation,
This
but
is. It's really funny we're talking about this because it's literally what I just made a video about.
Yeah, I know. but
Like,
it's-
You know, we need to play. I think we need to play picture game. I think we're done with
Oh
Minecraft here.
shit! Yeah, non-fun. Bring up picture game. Bring up
It's
Chrono
picture game
Photo.
time. Sorry. Do you know what?
Oh.
Finish up your last little farming, and then we'll do picture game.
Either way, like I understand that some opinions don't matter. That's obvious to me, but it's just if I'm debating them or if I don't know, if they allege that I don't know, hate the poor or that I'm racist or whatever, then like I have to defend myself or something, right? I don't know.
I think that it's just like I think you just need to figure out. Like, I don't. This is hard to like say in terms of getting this across to the audience, right? Because it's like not as easy, but there has to be. I don't have a direct solution to this, but there has to be like a cultural shift towards getting people to realize that like there is a difference between like what you're talking about and what they're talking about. And I don't know if the debate space itself is necessarily, at least online, is like the best way to get that across. I don't know how to, do this, how to exactly the best way to go about this would be, but there just has to be some sort of kind of like renaissance of trusting experts again, of like having opinions that are like more knowledgeable, and like people understand, oh yes, like this comes from something that isn't just a podcaster or somebody who just like does this for fun.
Yeah, yeah, I guess. Um, but it's more like I'll talk to someone on Discord and I'll post like a study about rent control, and they're like, "Have you even thought about adjusting for blah blah blah?" It's like, bro,
Tell it,
you didn't
just
even
tell
know
them
what
to
a
read it.
regression was until 5 minutes ago.
ever considered that landlords shouldn't exist?
True.
You should just tell them, be like,
No, I wanna
read it and get back to me. And
I
if
wanna
you
exist.
like if
No,
you
but
don't know, if you don't have any, like if you
I
don't
mean,
like,
yeah, but if I say that, then they say I'm insulting them by like pointing out, "Hey, you're illiterate." It's like not an insult. It's just like you are.
yeah,
I'm
no,
stating a fact. It's
point out
not
that it's not
biased,
an
and I brought
insult.
out something.
Like,
Yeah,
and I think
yeah.
that's the thing, is like, I think how you say it is important in terms of like, just, I don't know, like I'm thinking of it in terms of, say, like, oh no, like if you don't, like, if you haven't read this, like that's fine, like I'm not judging you for it, it doesn't, like, but like this
I
is
am
something
though.
that like you kind of have to like actually read and understand before you come back to what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but it's more like I understand, but it's just so like what annoys me is not that necessarily they haven't read it or whatever. It's that they think it's acceptable. Like anytime, like let's say I ask you right now, why, like what do you think about I don't know, fucking quantum gravity and what like dark matter or whatever? Like people would not feel comfortable even saying anything. And
Giving
if
an
I had to
answer, yeah.
force you an opinion, you
I
may
would be
say,
fairly
"Oh, I think."
comfortable about it.
Okay, maybe because you're researched about it, right? But like people be like hesitant, and if I don't know, somehow squirm an opinion out of them, they'll be like, but yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
But if I say, oh, what do you think about like GDP, right? Like, should we increase GDP? It's like, no, we gotta fucking blah 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 because GDP
What the
is
fuck
fake
is
number and
GDP?
whatever. It's like, oh, what does GDP measure? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's
And what is it? What do they say?
it's a domestic product and it's gross, right? That's why I don't like it because it's
It's
gross,
pretty
right?
gross,
That's why
dude.
we shouldn't like it. Like that's what I don't know. It's just annoying. Like,
Well,
no,
the
it
GDP is
cannot
owned
be
by
that
the
people tell
billionaires,
me.
bro.
It cannot be that people tell me GDP does not matter because people's wages are going down. It's like, are you, are we speaking the same language? Do you know what you just said? Do you know why it's fucking stupid? Have you ever looked at a graph? Have you ever made your own graph, looked at a paper, read a book? It's like, it's okay not to do these things. It's not okay to speak with confidence and not do these things. So I don't know why
Yes.
people feel that it's okay to do that. I don't
It's
know.
because we've political opinions have become equivalent to like personal opinions.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at culturally, is that like people's political opinions have become the same thing as like what sports team you root for, or like what color you like. And so when you attack someone's political position, like typically people who are involved and like read up on politics are coming at it from the perspective of, oh, like I've educated myself on this topic and I have an opinion because of that, instead of what they're viewing it as, which is, oh, like I'm entitled to a political opinion because I have, like, I get a vote and like my opinion matters and like it's a democracy and blah blah blah. And then so they
Yep.
think that that is somehow equivalent to your more like researched or like backed up opinion.
What we need PPG to come in here
No,
and give us his opinion on
Political
all of these
person
Please,
things.
guy,
God,
is
no.
that?
Yeah, yeah.
go.
He is my economic Jesus. I follow
Is
his
he,
every
is he
word.
streaming right now? He's not. He'll
I
probably
hope
get
so.
on later. I don't know how late. I'm gonna.
Dude, I
stay
mean,
up
look
to
how
go
fucking
see.
successful that dude is. He's obviously a god.
Is he that successful? I don't like.
No.
You know, he's probably more popular than me on Kick.
that's-
I can give him
that's-
that, but
That's his most recent count out of his 30 accounts. He keeps getting his viewers back.
oh my god, my cat is pushing things off my desk, bro.
Feed your
know.
cat a vegan diet. Come on.
I don't
His
know.
cat would
If
die.
you send me vegan cat
No,
food, then maybe
I'll send you.
or send me the
I'll send you
brand, like-
Bonovo cat food.
Yeah. Okay. I want to know your guys' opinion. I didn't watch the debate, obviously, because I was gone, on the New York mayor race, okay? As people who all live in New York, all right?
Well, I mean, it seems like Zorhan is at least open to doing some good policies.
Like rent
Um,
freezing and shit like that.
no. I mean, he obviously is open to doing a lot of the dog shit policies, and I feel like, but I don't know. I feel like he wouldn't. To me, the New York race is like minor relative to the Democratic Party, so Zorhan
Yep.
will make Democrats look better, and that's why my main motivation to support him. He has really good messaging. I think Democrats need to learn from him. Besides making Democrats look better, he nailed the media, whatever you want to
That
call
is
it.
true. Yep.
So that's really good. But like policy wise, he does seem open to some abundance ideas. While Cuomo stands for nothing, and he's great. He's gross. So yeah.
True. I think that's basically
You know,
where I'm at. Like I've seen like him give like some decent answers in like interviews or whatever. There was that one answer where he's like, I've changed my view on the role of private housing or whatever. And it's like, you know, government owned grocery stores are probably a little dumb, but like whatever, man. Like you do you do you. I don't know how big a deal that's gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
No,
know
and
who
and
like the
it's
other
it's
people.
more like I think the policies will suck, and it's like let's say right now the most important thing is building more housing, which he did signal that he's in favor of. But then like when you ask progressives how we should like solve stuff, it's always rent control and tax the rich. And,
Tax the
did I tell you
billionaires.
about Dean Wither? Dean like talking about this?
Oh man. I mean, I've seen his bad econ takes before, but what did he do
Yeah, so
this
I
time?
opened his stream like I think on Sunday or something. And I watched him debate some Trumper, and the Trumper was like, "Oh, I just liked Trump's policies," and then Dean was like, "Name them," and he couldn't. And then the caller was like, "Okay, well, okay, whatever. What policies do you like on housing?" And then Dean was like, "Oh, I'm ready." And then he listed 20 things, and I remember most of them. So let me tell you
I'd
what they were.
I'd
It
go to
was
Vietnam if I
okay.
got that gallon
It was
left.
it was we need to subsidize homeowners, right? Home buyers, right? First time home buyers. We gotta
True.
give them more money
True.
so it's easier for them to buy homes. We gotta like do rent control. I don't know about freezing the rent, but certainly something relative to people's income. So like you cannot
True.
increase the rent above the whatever income. That seems like a good
Yes.
policy to me.
Yeah.
Also, we gotta do buybacks from corporations because they're buying
True.
all the homes. So if we do home buybacks, that's
Yes.
gonna
Oh
increase
my
the supply
god.
and then reduce the prices. And also, we just gotta ban corporations from buying homes. That's it. And he talked for like 2 minutes, very fast, said some things twice because I mean, he stands for, I don't think he's a sophist, whatever. But not never did he mention build more housing, deregulate zoning. He never mentioned anything like that because he doesn't understand the shit he's talking about. He's just regurgitating the progressive slop, and that's annoying, and it's not okay. It's not okay. So with Zorhan, feels like it's the exact same. He just says all this stuff, and then he does some gestures towards like we'll build more housing, but I don't trust him to not just like, oh, we're gonna build 5 houses. It's all gonna be with a bajillion
52.
unions,
What the
and it's gonna
fuck?
be like $5 trillion to build all these, and then like nothing happens. It's like, why? I don't know.
Yeah,
Very
dude.
sad.
It's the corporation's fault. It's the corporation's fault, bro. We need to buy
Yeah.
back buy back the like 1% of homes owned by investors, okay? And that are
Wait, now I'm fun. Do you know
rented
the
out to
meme
the
about
world.
corporations own like 40% of homes or whatever?
Isn't it like it's like a horrible game of telephone that's like, oh, like 40% of like investment properties, like short-term like flips were like done by corporations with or done by companies with like over 100
Yep,
employees or
yep, you got
everything,
it.
and it got like
Yeah,
translated into 40% of homes are owned by corporations.
yeah. So people cite this garbage article. Report 44% of all single-family homes purchases were from private investors. Ooh, in 2023. Ooh, that's so bad. That's really bad, guys. And then you read it, and it's like from Business Insider talking about a report, and it's like 44% of home flips. And flip is not even just a sale. Just like when you quickly buy something and then sell it. Like, of course, it's going to be from private investors. Who else does
Probably should
this?
have
How many normal people
focused on
just
the
quickly
pinball
flip a
machines and
home?
not the
What
black
the
and
fuck?
white.
And And what's most annoying is that let's say it was true. Let's take it on its face, even though it's absurd. Let's say it was true. What's the solution? It's still build more housing, right? Like I think Chris Freeman had this good analogy.
doing
It's like
horrible.
suppose
Doing horrible.
corporations, those evil, greedy corporations, bought all the cars. Well, we should just make more cars for the people who don't have them, right? Like the solution stays the same.
Just make more.
Yeah, the
Just make more stuff.
Just print more money, dude. Like it's
well,
that easy.
I don't remember if it's in this article or if it's in a different article. This guy had a, I think he has 2 points. I mean, one, he says like, oh, you know, obviously if supply is capped or inelastic, then even like a small increase in demand is going to have a pretty big effect on prices. To which the solution is, again, like just build more homes. And then even if corporations are buying them or whatever, it's not going to like be a big issue. But secondly, he was like, I mean, obviously, like the corporations are buying them to like rent them out again. So like there might be like added friction or whatever in renting out the homes, and you might maybe care about home ownership and don't want people like renting or whatever. But like it's not like you're really like reducing the supply unless you. I mean, people will say, oh, they keep them vacant just so they can keep rent higher or whatever. But
Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's annoying. It's just like MAGA are like in a cult. There's no reaching them. But progressives, it just feels like they're immune to like good policy or whatever. And it's like it's also like very unfortunate that like it's all that they're very conditioned to shut their brains very quickly. So like you say something, and then you say the word like neoliberal. It's like oof. I don't need to think ever again. My thought has been terminated. I don't even need to think anymore. You just hate poor people. It's so easy. But like I
This is
watched,
true.
I was scrolling Twitter and I got this Majority Report clip, and it's like this guy talking about like, oh, I feel sad sometimes, but then I'm like in the imperial core and I have the privilege over the poor countries that we exploit, and Republicans understand the same thing, but we're in the
I
imperial
don't think it
core.
does
It's
any of
like,
its takes on this topic. What
oh,
topic? On
shut up. Like it's so stupid. It's all the thought terminating stuff. I don't know. I don't
neoliberalism?
know. I
Is
don't know
that
how
what
to
you
fight
mean?
it. I don't know. It's too powerful. It's like I wish I could just call someone like every time progressive says, "Oh, but gentrification." You see, gentrification. It's really a problem that I need
They
to
didn't wear their stuff. Oh,
police how people move
I
into
haven't
neighborhoods.
followed it
Right?
that
Gentrification is
much.
so it's just a problem.
I really don't.
I
I don't
cannot call
know
them a
that
NIMBY.
much about the
That's not a thought terminating thing, right? To me, it is, but to
whole
no one else,
Z
it is. But if I
microaggressions
say,
bullshit.
"Oh, we gotta." Do zoning reform. Oh, you want to do neoliberal deregulation? Wow.
True.
Okay, Reagan.
True.
Like, brother, I don't know. I don't know.
Vegan, are you watching
That's why you're
my
transporting nonfun.
screen
Never
share?
kill yourself. What?
I'm talking to Vegan. Are you watching my screen share right now? Where the fuck is this?
Yes,
Yeah.
dude. I obviously it's some third world city like New York or something. When it says bus is exempted, though it's got to be like
But
an
it looks
Eastern-
like, yeah, it looks like some. My guess is like some Eastern European
Zoom in on-
country. These look like.
Oh yeah, that's not English. That's not an American thing. What are the license plates? Can you zoom? That's too far away.
Oh, really? It doesn't look
Wait,
American,
hang on.
though.
Zoom in on the signs on the right side of the street.
Like these.
Well, 40. That's got to be kilometers. That's
Yeah,
gotta
I
be
was gonna say that looks
kilometers,
like a kilometer sign. Wicked.
bro. Yeah, wicked.
I think it is
That's what I
wicked.
saw.
There's a really, I know there's a really big theater scene
Wait,
in London.
Hold on. Is this literally just New York City during the wildfires that turned the sky orange like a couple of years back?
Why would it say 40 on the bus? Like that with the circle through it.
Haha,
on
I
a green
have an
bus on the left
Android.
side.
Android's goaded.
I swear I seen this image.
This has to be London. No, look at the cars. They're on the left side of the road. Yes.
Yeah, they're on the wrong side of the road.
Oh, that's
It's
true.
gotta
Yeah.
be.
And
then Wicked
I know that
obviously is
London has a
way-
really big theater scene. They have like their own kind of Broadway type deal.
Why is this shit
Yeah.
all yellow?
because it's London. It's just like you
It
Right.
was a
This is
really
sad.
shitty camera. This is the only picture they could find.
it's London, man. Don't question it.
Okay, what year?
No, I have no idea why.
It's got to be recent,
Wicked-
right?
when was-
Because Wicked.
I think
Although maybe
Oh,
this is
God, I
like
don't
the
know.
Broadway thing. I can't really tell. So I don't know
That's
when that
definitely
came out.
Broadway. That's
Yeah.
not the movie at all. Those cars are not 2024 cars.
Listen, it's London. Okay, they're broke.
It is London. They're 20 years behind.
I don't know when that came out.
When did the play of Wicked come out?
2016-ish, I'm thinking.
Cars look
Yeah, it's
even
when Wicked.
older than that, but it is England.
It's older than that, but it was in the 20 teens, I think. I don't know though. Don't quote me on that.
All right,
I'm just
2016.
quoting you
He
on
said
that.
2016. It's London 2016. Make the guess there.
Oh God, no! Oh no! This is gonna be
Nope.
no.
Too late. Too
No,
late. He
this-
said it. He said it.
I mean, I was
2016 is
doing
the date.
horrible on my own before, so there's no way. There's
Let's
no
see,
way this
let's
goes
see,
bad.
let's see.
Okay.
You
Sydney,
know what? It was Australia.
all right.
Close enough.
but we were only
only
7 years
How
off.
is that
10,500
close?
miles
Australia?
It was on the
away.
opposite side of the planet.
Oh God!
We got.
I
we're only
mean,
7 years off.
how many
Sydney
points
dust
did we
storm. I
get?
never knew of that.
Hey, listen, we still got 3,400 points from the year, and then we got 12 from the
7
location.
years off.
Okay, so like we're not far enough to get 0 from the location.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
were.
that's
We
pretty-
weren't trash. We were just not good.
Like okay.
Smugglers.
This is like
Hang on. Is
Ireland.
the Karen in the bottom right center of the screen? Is that J.K. Rowling? Just staring at us?
It's Hillary. It's Hillary.
No, that's a kid. Okay.
It looks Irish to me. I don't really know, but
Yeah, put it on the smaller, shittier island.
I'm never giving my opinion on location again.
He's going Dublin. He doesn't even care. Oh, sample tech is gone. He didn't want to play. He wanted to talk about neoliberal politics, not picture game.
this is like the old Pepsi logo,
Dude,
oldish.
this is we're blowing donkey wiener, dude.
No, we're good.
This is gonna be the worst game we've ever played.
No, we're good. It's fine. Well, I'm
I
content
see.
with this.
All right.
Okay.
You know what?
I mean,
Close enough.
Wait, this
Close
is fucking
enough.
London. Whatever. Okay.
We're only 19 years
wild.
off. Only 19 years off.
okay.
We're good.
Listen. 5,000 total.
You know what next?
Okay.
You know what next round? That's this. We're gonna get it this round. It's a Nazi being hung. He's about to be hung. It's
This is
Lenin.
Lenin.
It's a Lenin statue.
All right, don't show Mark Sabi. Do not show Mark Sabi.
not.
He knows the exact date and where this happened. He's an encyclopedic memory of every single anti-communist event that happened. I do
it's
not
gotta
know
be
that
like
language.
some Eastern European country.
Yeah,
in
it's like fucking
1992
Bulgaria or
something.
some poor country.
Might be Estonia.
Could be.
Sipojavito. That's gotta be. Yep. Just literally zoom out on the map a little bit and then click the middle of Southeast Europe, and then you got it.
No, hold on. We can at least guess the country. Don't worry. We can.
Get the right.
Might be,
Put it in the center of the border of a country, and then label it
What if I put it-
1991.
These three.
Right in the center, 1991. That's
Oh
all.
my god! I
that
can't click it because my cat is laying on my mouse.
Dude, just get your cat some vegan cat food, and he'll love you even more.
His cat's gonna die if you give him vegan cat food.
No, he won't.
Cats can't be vegan.
I'll debate you on that topic after this game.
You know who can be vegan? People.
Oh my god, dude, Maida, how are you gonna take that?
Okay, 1
How
year
long did it
off.
take what?
Wait,
1990,
we went
damn
that
it.
far.
Yeah, we weren't that far.
I said it was in what did I say? Estonia?
What country is that? I don't know. I don't know the Southeast European countries.
Are you really a vegan, Mr. Wise Guy? Vegan is a vegan, obviously. Believe it or not,
Naturally.
I am. I have been vegetarian for like over 10 years. I'm working.
He's gonna be
on,
vegan here really shortly. He's
working
just-
on going vegan.
he's-
Okay. Listen, next shopping
he's-
trip. Okay, we're getting a lot of vegan food. So. Yeah.
It's
This
Freddie
is-
Mercury. 1982.
I thought this,
It's Freddie Mercury.
Wild.
this is like Iran
teeth are too
before
straight.
the Islamic Revolution or something. This is like
I mean,
He
he's
did
holding a
his Freddie
picture of
Mercury.
obviously a politician.
I can't tell.
This isn't
what,
Freddie Mercury, bro. That's Ferdinand Venus.
Same difference, dude. They're
That's
the
Franz
same person.
Ferdinand, right before it happened.
That was
I
that was right
I
before the
really
car
can't
got
tell.
stuck and the Gavrilo showed up.
This is the JFK assassination.
I mean, that car is clearly 60s. But
But
it's a
that's the
European
thing.
country, so it's probably the 80s.
No, well,
How do you know it's
I
European?
hesitate to say this is a European country. That is not European architecture in the background.
That's brick. That's well-made architecture. Cannot be European.
This could be Southern Europe, like maybe like Italy, like Southern Italy, maybe. But I don't think it is.
God, I mean, that mustache just decries an Italian man.
This man is
There's
very
no
happy.
way-
I wish I
actually,
could be
maybe
as
it's
happy
Italy.
as this man.
That is an Italian mustache.
I feel like it's not. I don't think Italy's a good guess. This guy does not look Italian to me.
What do you mean he's not?
Is
He
this
doesn't
like
look- why is it
Morocco,
blue?
maybe?
Fuck.
He made it blue. He doesn't know how to change it.
I don't think it's Morocco.
The man's gay and he's Italian. They go hand in
Why
hand.
is he gay?
Okay. Well,
I mean, look at how he's flaunting his butt cheek.
that's
He's,
true.
he's
Actually.
hanging out the side of a car.
Yeah, yeah. That's all you need to know.
I mean, no,
Bow
okay.
chicka bow wow.
I really. I have no clue.
I'm gonna say Italy. I'm gonna say Italy. No idea that the picture
don't
quality is too bad to actually see.
Let's
the,
fucking go.
Too
Thanks for
gay.
the sub cup.
typing
That
on that
okay?
image,
Let's
so you
fucking
can't
go.
get
W.
language from it, unfortunately. But that mustache just like decries.
Okay. I don't believe. I don't believe it's. I bet it's Istanbul. That's my.
All right, he's going to Istanbul. He's going for it.
This is in between
It's in the 70s
Italy and.
for sure.
This is my guess is Iran right before the Islamic Revolution. Okay, that's my guess. This is one of those
I don't think
pictures.
This is
all
in
right.
Iran.
He loves the Iran before the Islamic Revolution. That's his favorite part of the history of Islam.
My
How do you
favorite
know
is
if
after.
someone? How do you know if someone's vegan? They tell you. Good one, Mr. Wise Guy. That is so true.
I've never heard that before. That's a totally original joke I've never come across before.
Oh my God! It was fucking Lebanon in 1982.
Oh, you were closer than me. Italy's a little bit further
True.
away than Istanbul.
Iran before the Islamic Revolution was the closest thing to heaven on
God.
earth. True.
Jesus.
Hey, listen. Okay, wait, 35,000. That's not.
That's
not
pretty bad.
horrible.
The Australia one got us real good.
We're goaded. We're goaded. We're goaded.
Good
Yeah,
vibrations.
whoever
Santa
was given
Monica,
London for that
alright.
one was
Wait,
really
where's
stupid.
Santa Monica? I don't know. Where
Yeah,
Santa
come on,
Monica is.
Fon. Get your countries right. Good vibrations. The Great LA Zoo. Where's that at? Where's the LA Zoo at?
You
I
know,
wonder.
I think that might be in San Francisco.
Isn't it like in New York?
Yeah. San Francisco, New York. I was saying the state, you were saying the city.
Oh no, I was thinking Canada. San Francisco, New York, Canada.
Oh,
I actually do
I'm
not
not
know where
familiar.
Santa Monica is. Like,
It's like, I think it's just like northeast of LA, right?
Fuck if I know. I don't. California's full of
oh,
freaking
Santa Monica.
commies,
Let's
dude.
go.
All right, find
All
the.
right.
Okay, the pier, good enough, I guess.
What
Make the
year?
picture not blue.
Actually, they're on a bridge.
This is 60. That's 60. That's 1960. That's 1962.
Well, we're already on 1962.
Yeah. I trust picture game data to give us a W. It has to.
No way it wouldn't. Why do my eyes itch so much? I feel like I got shit in them.
It's because
You
your
must be-
cat was just on your
'Cause
desk.
That
You're
might be
allergic,
true,
dude.
actually. 32
Nope,
years
I
off.
was-
Goddamn.
I was a couple years off. It's
1994.
fine. Imagine driving that bus in 1994.
Yeah, that does not look like a 1994 bus.
That's a hippie bus.
China.
Bro, where are we?
That's
China.
not China. That's English.
China.
Why are there pitchforks on the
Chinatown
top of the
in
house?
New York.
I don't
Chinatown,
think-
New York.
I don't think
Howard
the Chinese
Gardner,
have
Flynn
anything to do
Fair,
with this.
Albert, the sun also rises. I don't know any of those words.
Yeah, me neither. This is an AI generated image.
Yeah, just literally click center of North America, click next.
I'm sticking with my guess. China. Where's Chinatown?
Just center.
There'd
There's
be
a lot of
buildings in the
Chinatowns.
background. Hold on, there's a palm tree though. Chinatown in L.A. That's a thing, right?
Fuck if I know. I've never been to California before.
I've never been to California either. I don't know if there is a Chinatown in LA. I think it's a lot of Mexican influence. I think to get to Chinatown, you got to go further
I think you
north.
got to go to the 40s though. That's like a 40s. That's a
Oh my
1940s
god,
picture.
my mouse keeps moving because my fucking cat is moving.
You need to feed that cat some vegan cat food.
Chinese theater in Hollywood. That's what I'm saying. I don't know where like Hollywood is though in LA. It's like
Vegan cat food is unethically sourced. You got to make your cat learn how to filter feed like a sponge.
Yeah, I'm a breatharian. I'm a level 10 vegan.
Yeah, true.
I literally
But what
just
about
breathe and soak
what
with them.
about the microorganisms and
11 years
bacteria
off,
that you
damn.
breathe in from the
We were
air? You're
close.
killing them.
They give themselves to me willingly.
Mm.
That's a true breatharian.
So what if like a chicken walks up to you and it like jumps into a fire? Can you then like eat it?
hold on, you guys figured this out
no.
where it is? I gotta wash
No,
my
you
eyes.
can only
Oh, what's up,
observe.
Patrol? Welcome back.
That's World War II. That's World War II. Those are like Navy dudes saluting the Washington Monument.
I bet.
Something like that. 1945. Boom. Mr. White. Okay. Nonfon gave up. He's got to go shower for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Now we
Yeah.
Now we debate vegan cat food and how cats can survive off of
We
plant-based
debate the most ethical way to kill your cat.
Yeah, just knife straight to the gullet. No, there's nothing wrong with vegan cat food.
I was under the impression that cats were like dietary carnivores, that they get like horrible like deficiencies if you try to make them eat a vegan diet and they die.
They're biologically obligate carnivores, so in nature they need to eat meat to get what they need to eat. In the 80s, I think it was in the 80s, they discovered that even your standard cat food
When is the
was
debate happens?
deficient.
I mean, the serious debate. I mean, I don't have anything planned for today for serious debates.
Oh yeah, yeah, we're just
Um,
memeing. Right now. I'm being
yeah.
serious.
It just
It's
got
Yo,
bad.
Nonfon,
with the
you know what you should do?
What?
You should play Voidbreaker. Show us how much of a
No,
gamer you
no,
are.
don't play
I
that
have
game.
no
Don't
clue
play
what
that
that
game.
is.
Don't
Okay, where
It's
do we
a-
think
it's
this
a-
was? Hold on, this
I
is
don't
like the
remember. He said it was
Netherlands
the
or some shit.
Washington Monument.
This is not a Washington Monument. This is fucking the Netherlands.
That can't be
Yeah.
the Netherlands, dude.
It's gotta be
It's
the
that is a
Netherlands.
black and white picture. That's a flag of Germany.
Yeah, but I know it's the Netherlands.
No, that's the German flag, dude. You can't tell if it's
Watch.
black and white.
Watch.
Here, zoom in on that.
I know.
Zoom in on the bus name. Hilmoorder surname Suriname.
Suriname,
Group.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the way the way they spelled group.
Fuck.
Not even.
Oh,
fucking
you know what? We
close.
probably should have guessed that it was fucking Suriname from the big thing
Wait,
on the
hold
bus.
on. You
that
didn't
says-
guess Suriname when the literal thing says Suriname in it?
I didn't even realize that was the name of a country. That seems like a
Yeah,
meme
it's in South
for a name.
America.
That seems like a meme
Oh,
name
now,
for a country.
now I think this guy only tells us this after we guess. I got
Must
shit
have
in
been
my
after a
eye.
revolution.
I think this is PPG in chat.
That is.
Suriname is great. Everyone should visit. I've heard.
Don't be true.
I haven't heard anything about
Russian, French, and German. English, Russian, French, and
what
German.
the fuck.
I like how the
Germany, when
German
it
one
was-
is literally one sentence, and then all the others are the full statement.
Oh, by the way, you guys were talking about ethical ways to kill your cat. Okay, just know there is an ethical way to kill shrimp, or a more ethical way to kill shrimp. I don't know if it's holistically ethical. And all you have to do is donate to the Shrimp Welfare Project, and for just
no,
$1,
Shrimp welfare's bitch. It's Shrimp Rights Fund.
$1
Shrimp welfare
saves
fund is scrub.
1,500 shrimp per year. Okay.
No,
I don't care. I literally had surf and turf for dinner.
Bro, those shrimp could have been
doesn't
killed
live by his
humanely.
morality.
I don't. Dude, listen. There's this thing going on. There's this Chinese food shop near me, and they're doing Chinese style surf and turf. You get fried shrimp, fried chicken, and fried steak with like
That's
3
pretty
sauces
cringe.
of your choice. And like I ordered it, and that shit was fire.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking cringe. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Sorry.
Okay, my
Game
guess
Boys
is Germany when they were when they were divided between
I
the
do like
U.S.
how
Soviet
it.
Union.
Once, I will repeat the fact that you can look at the English statement to see what it says, and then the German statement is just you're entering the
Oh,
American
you're
sector.
entering the American sector. Yeah, so it's gotta be.
That's it. It's got to be Berlin. Gotta
I
be
have it in
Berlin.
Berlin.
Click
What
on the
year
left
is it,
half
though?
of Berlin.
Do you
Since
think
the
this is?
well, if it's saying you're entering the American sector, it has to be after the wall began to be established,
Yeah, but like
which was
also
in the 50s.
No.
there's Cyrillic in there as well.
Yes,
Like in addition
because
to the German,
yes.
there's also Cyrillic. The
Yes,
Cyrillic is
because-
before the German.
yes, but it's got to be in Germany because where the fuck else would this happen? It must be Eastern. It must be East Germany, like a sign from East Germany where you're heading towards West Germany or
No,
something
well,
like
I'm
that.
aware of that part, but I don't think it's after the
I
gotta be
really
Berlin Wall
don't think
was.
that this would be Germany if they put Cyrillic above German.
The East Germany, absolutely.
Watch 1954. Get fucked. I'm gonna be right. I was 1 year off. Fuck you. God damn
He
it.
was 1 year off. He did it at 53. Should have stuck in Berlin though. It was Berlin.
I was in Berlin. I just went to the top left of Berlin because that's where the American sector was. I think. Yeah. Oh no, the American sector is at the bottom. God fucking damn it. Never mind. I was in the French sector.
The French.
All right,
Frank, we're hanging
I don't
out
want to take too
everywhere.
much of your time. I'm heading out.
All right. Thanks for
Peace
stopping
out,
by,
bots.
David. Appreciate
ya.
it.
Have a good one.
GG's.
I don't think I'm gonna stream for that long tonight because I'm tired, but it makes sense that Russian Sherlock would be there. Why wouldn't it be there? Russians had East Berlin. Well, yeah. Okay, so this is
Zoom in
also
on that.
Germany,
Zoom in on
but
that.
this is like
Uh,
pre-World War One Germany.
No, zoom in on that. Zoom in. Oh, what the fuck you mean? There's swastikas on the fucking windows.
I regret
Swastikas.
saying that. This is their goal is to get to the.
All right, zoom in so I can read the sign. I can't read it. Deutsch.
Kanye.
Wait, hold on. Is this Hitler?
Kanye method.
Yeah, I know
No.
where this
That's Hitler.
is.
That's Hitler.
Maybe is
Right
it Hitler?
there. That's Hitler right there. Just
Tesla
walking down
headquarters, 2024.
East. Go more east.
Hang on. Don't guess. Zoom out of the picture. Okay, zoom in on that the billboard on the top. Und seine, scroll to the right. Deutschland. Und seine Kolonien in Afrika. Oh,
Oh,
Deutsche
1914. I figured it out.
No,
no, that's not why that's it. It's gotta be.
Definitely
It's
not
19.
1914.
I would do 1940 because this probably is
39. Go
I'm
39.
guessing 39.
Just-
I agree with the 39 sentiment.
I see Urg. I would
Fuck, 37. Okay. And it was in this random ass part of Germany.
that's not Germany, dude. Well,
This is literally
that's not
Germany.
Germany. There's
No,
literally
it's
no names
considered
anywhere.
Germany at the time. Think about it.
This is literally in Germany. It's so squarely
That's not Germany,
in
dude.
Germany.
That's
This
so
is-
far away from Munich and Frankfurt at the same time. That's not Germany.
Good enough.
We got less points this time than we did
Nope.
last time.
We're good.
We're so bad.
Nope,
at this.
we're good.
We're so bad at this fucking game.
We're good. Okay, we'll finish this.
GMC.
I'm around 4 out of 5.
Oh, DeLorean, 1970. What was the?
1974.
When was the Back to the Future?
I'm guessing
I think it was
1974. Fuck
74,
you.
right?
That is 85. Oh, mama.
Oh, that's JFK.
That's JFK. Oh, that's why I said oh,
Is
mama.
this before he became president, or is this during his presidency?
That was. I think it was before he was assassinated.
Recently.
Yeah, I was about
That's
to say.
That's during his presidency. I know that photo.
Yeah, he was. It was before he was assassinated.
I would hope
I know
so.
that
That's
much.
crazy.
No,
No, this is
JFK was
the
never
clone they
assassinated.
replaced him
It
with
was a cover-up.
afterwards.
JFK died in '84. Let's all think about this.
Yo, have you guys ever seen that conspiracy theory that it was like, what if there was no assassination and his head just did that?
He just exploded.
Look at these incredible results we got. 0, 0, 28,
Bruh,
290.
because you guessed the first few without us even.
Yeah, you
Hey,
literally
scroll up
threw
too.
this shit.
It was a 20.
Oh, it's all you. I don't know what you mean.
You
All
thought
you.
that was 9. Hang
All
on,
you.
scroll down.
All you.
You thought that picture of that vehicle was 19.
Yeah.
1923.
Listen,
was
in
his
hindsight-
bare bone.
In hindsight, I can see why that might have been a mistake.
That's not a car, dude. That's a
In
bike
hindsight-
with 4 wheels.
It's a
In
quadsicle.
listen, hindsight, all right. I can see.
What do you
I
mean
can see why we went out
hindsight?
like that. All right. This was a very short stream. I gotta go though. I'm fucking dying. I don't know what happened. I think I became allergic to my cat. Fucking. While I was away, dude. What the fuck?
Mashallah.
My eyes are itchy. My nose are runny. I might just be. Maybe it's because there's more fucking pollen here. It might be that. I don't know. But I'm dying, and I was gonna go to bed at like 1 a.m. anyway. So.
Don
I just
Fun,
wanted.
you know what
I
you
just
should
wanted everyone
do?
in chat to know that I'm back and to give me to resub if you guys didn't sub while I was gone, and to what else? Give me money. Lots
If
of
you
money.
go vegan, I'll give you another dono. How's that sound?
Exclamation point TTS in chat. How about I'll buy vegan food, okay, and I'll send you proof of the vegan food, and then
Non
you
fun.
can
He's
If
go.
just
I
gonna buy a head of
stimulate the
lettuce.
economy,
Lame.
can you give me a sub?
Will I
Like,
what?
if I stimulate the economy, will you give me a sub?
How are you gonna stimulate the economy?
See, if you buy a sub, that stimulates the economy. So if you buy a sub, then you give me the sub.
Well, I feel like you're not considering that opportunity cost. Stimulate his prostate instead, Drew. Wash your face. The
Bro.
allergies are affecting you. I think I did just wash my face. I don't know if
Ugh.
it helped a little bit, but we'll see.
You got to shower, dude. Shower, and then get yourself some pad a day. Don't get the artificial tears or shit like that. That ruins your eyes over a long time. Get the expensive eye drops because that'll be better for your vision in the long run.
No lies.
No lies here.
Fake tears. Be a real
Arch-
man.
Artificial tears is really shitty. Like Visine. Don't buy Visine. That's bad for you.
Be a real
yeah.
man. Don't cry.
Get
Buy
patted.
tears.
Pad a day. I got
All right,
my
I'm
buddy.
gonna send you guys over to. Not many people are streaming.
I just joined the Fabian Liberty Discord.
Oh my god.
Long time coming. I've never watched a single Fabian Liberty stream or video all the way through. I don't even think I've watched one of his streams.
What about when
even
he
know what
debated me?
that is.
You didn't watch me when I debated him. I've debated him a few
I don't
times
even know.
actually. But
Don't even know who that is.
Nah,
He's like,
honestly, I don't watch anyone's streams. I just join
Damn.
their Discords and interrupt the streams.
damn.
I only
I
watch
see how it is.
non-fun at this point.
I'm sending you guys over to Prancess because he's at a protest, I think, which is goaded. I'm definitely gonna stream again tomorrow for probably like 8 hours or whatever. Fabian is the perfect example of the difference between educated and intelligent. True. Listen, he's in this server, okay? He still has perms to join this room, okay? I can't say anything to me.
Fabian Liberty is a libertarian cuck. He didn't
True.
lock in.
I hate
Accurate.
libertarians, dude. They're so dumb and not smart.
Aren't you? Whatever. Okay. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Subscribe, donate, give me money. I need money. I'm broke. I need to buy
Go vegan. I'll fucking donate
Shrimp.
money.
I need to buy Shrimp Welfare Project merch. Okay.
No, you need to buy Shrimp Right Project.
I don't think that's a thing, bro. I'm
gonna make a Shrimp Right Project. Donate to me.
Oh my god. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow. But I'm fucking dying over here. I don't know what's happening. I'm dying.
Yeah,
I'm
get
dying.
pad a day, dude. Pad a day.
But
Buy pad a day. Put those drops in. Boom, you're good.
yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Appreciate it.
Yep.
See ya. All right, chat. trying to edit a mod. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I was gonna stream for at least like 2 or 3 hours tonight, but god damn it, I'm fucking dying. I don't know why. See you guys tomorrow. Head over to Prancest. Love you guys. Cool that you guys all came back to watch me. Tylenol assignments worked wonders for me. I think we have I think we have some allergy medication. Might not. I don't even know what it is, but see you guys.